Good day, everyone. I am Teacher April, and today I'll be sharing with you my interview with my fellow SNED teachers. In this presentation, I will walk you through their profiles, the theories and strategies they commonly use, and how these help them in guiding learners with diverse needs. This was a meaningful experience for me as a SNED teacher myself because it gave me a fresh insights into our shared mission. Now, let's start. All right, so may I introduce you to our SNED teachers. So first, I am the interviewer. I am teacher April Bernas, a SNED advisor at Ikpit Elementary School, having 4 years in the service. And I taught children with intellectual disability, ASD, ADHD, learning disability, visual impairment, DHH or deaf and hard of hearing, and also physical disability. And the second one, who is our interviewee number one, teacher Ira Marie Hadap, a SNED advisor at Upol Central School, having 4 years in teaching SNED, also teaching intellectual disability, ASD, ADHD, epileptic, and global developmental delay. And lastly, teacher Jay Granada, a SNED advisor at Gitagum Central School, having 4 years in teaching SNED, and also handling children with intellectual disability, ASD, global developmental delay, LD, learning disability, and children with attention deficit disorder. So before I share their responses, let's first define the 3 important concepts. We have here the model, theory, and strategy, no? So here we can see the definition, the purpose, and the scope of model, theory, and strategy. So let's start with model. It is a picture or diagram that shows how something works. On the other hand, theory is an idea or explanation of why things happen. And then strategy, it is a step-by-step plan to reach a goal. So talking about their purpose, model is to help us see and understand the process more clearly. On the other hand, theory gives reasons and predict what might happen. Then strategy is to guide us on what to do and how to do it. For the scope, we have model focuses on specific example or situation. So as you can see in the icon, it's like zooming in the specific examples or situations. On the other hand, it can be applied, theory can be applied in many areas or situations. So just like the icon, it can be applied in any areas or in any aspects, no? Theory. And strategy is used directly in practical real-life action. So as you can see and as you can observe, there are a lot of definitions there in the presentation, but actually here is the shortened explanation for them so that it can be simplified and we can just understand it, no? So model, it's like a picture that shows how it works, while theory is an explanation and tells why it happened. And strategy is our plan that guides us on what to do. So that is the simplified definition of model, theory, and strategy. Now, let's go to our real task. That is to interview 2 to 3 SNED teachers about theories and strategies they commonly utilize and describe how these help them achieve their learning goals. So, allow me to share first the documentation during the interview. So here, I have teacher Jay. I interviewed him with the challenges and the issues, the concerns, and then how he handles the issues and concern and his best practices in their school. Same with teacher Ira Marie Hadap at Opol Central School. Now, let's go through their responses. Here it is. All right, so as you can see here, under Teacher Ira Marihadap, she anchored all her activities in the theories, namely behavioral theory and constructivist theory. So under behavioral theory, she uses applied behavioral analysis and positive reinforcement. And for constructivist theory, she uses hands-on and real-life tasks. On the other hand, Teacher J believes in multiple intelligence theory, teaching through strength, and also social learning theory like peer modeling and cooperative learning. So as for their challenges and issues, Teacher Ira Mayhadap has mixed needs in one class. So it's like fast-moving ADHD versus slow-paced GDD and epileptic. The number 2, limited materials, and number 3, varying parental support. Then to Teacher J Granada, his challenges and issues inside his classroom are the following: short attention span of learners, few specialized materials, and hard to individualize due to class size and resources. Now, as to their strategies, for Teacher Ira, number 1, due to mixed needs in one class, like fast-moving versus slow-paced, she used structured routines and visual supports. She also used scheduling of sessions. Then number 3, regular kamustahan with parents and follow-up home task for varying parental support, no? And then low-cost improvised materials. For Teacher J, he uses breaks lessons into smaller steps, differentiated instruction, buddy system, and teamwork, and also shares resources with colleagues. As to most effective practice, according to Teacher Ira, she uses positive reinforcement and structured routine. And for her, this is the effective strategy for her class. Keeps learners engaged and builds consistent behavior. Now for Teacher J, he uses strength-based teaching. It builds on learners' abilities, like if the learners likes to sing or likes to draw, he use it so that other abilities will be enhanced. So it's like boosting confidence and participation. No, as you can see, all of those things were anchored to their believed theories. And as I dissect their responses, some interesting insights came out. So behaviorism was one of the most mentioned theory. Teachers rely on reinforcement, whether positive or negative, to encourage desired behavior. So they shared strategies such as using visual schedules, reward systems, and task analysis to help learners succeed step by step. Now another is the constructivism was also highlighted. Teachers allow learners to explore, experience, and construct their own knowledge. They use hands-on activities, peer modeling, and differentiated instruction to make lessons meaningful. So what I noticed is that while theories give structure, strategies are always tailored to the child's unique needs and abilities. The teachers emphasize patience and flexibility because no single approach works for all. Alright, in conclusion, this interview reminded me that theories and strategies are very important, but they only become truly powerful when applied with a heart. Being a SNED teacher is not just about methods, it's about understanding each learner's stories and helping them grow in their own way. So again, thank you very much for listening. I am Teacher April, and that's all for today. Bye!